Hello Pisces, this is your extended reading. So, as I said in the first part, what I sensed with the two opening cards, the Sun and the Three of Swords, I feel like you are in a very good place, right? You're already shining very brightly, but there's this wound, this deep wound that is still hurting, and you are still in this healing process. And funny enough, we begin this part of your reading with the Four of Swords. So see, it's like it's this slow increase, this slow growth that we were talking about by the end of the first part, right? It's almost like you're giving yourself the time to heal, right? You're giving yourself time and space. There is no rush. And see, it's like this slow growth, right? From the 3 to the 4. And so starting your reading with this Four of Swords, and this card traditionally in tarot, it is a card of healing, right? So it's like this emphasis on this healing process, right? Although you are in this very powerful and very, it's like this very harmonious light that you're shining. But you know, what I'm getting now is like when you're shining so bright, the tendency is that you attract a lot of attention, right? And maybe that is the reason also that you were hiding this Three of Swords behind your Sun, right? Because you sense, and you as a water sign, you are very intuitive, right? So you can read people's energies with a lot of mastery, right? And so because you know that you're shining so bright, you know that not everyone can have access to your true pain, to not to your true self, because I feel like your true self is also here, but it's like this composition, right? But this, you know, it's like this intimacy, this intimate side of yours, Pisces, that only the closest people to you are allowed to see, right? But because you're shining so bright, I feel like you are in a very cautious mode, right? In a very cautious position. It's almost like you're being very conscious about stepping into this brightness, glowing, but not forgetting that there is still a lot of inner work, right, to be done to mend that hurt, right? So here you are healing, you are still healing, and this is beautiful because I feel like there is so much coming up, coming through, coming out of you, right? Oh, this was actually beautiful. Yeah, it wasn't planned, right? The words just come through my mouth. So guess what came after this Four of Swords? Yes, the moon. So see how beautiful this is, right? In the first part, we opened with these two cards, the Sun and the Three of Swords. So very conscious about your state, your true state of being, right? That is very luminous, that is very conscious, that is very happy, that is very fulfilled, but still, you know, knowing that there is a thread of this deep wound, right? That goes so deep that, you know, it takes time to heal. And the beautiful thing is that, you know, with this moon card and this Four of Swords, right, this healing, it's like this process of healing is not only going on consciously for you, but it's something that is going on unconsciously for you, right? It's like this work that is going on day and night, right? It's something that you're doing when you're awake and when you're asleep. See, Pisces, it's like sorry, it's like this this inner work that is happening 24/7. So it's like, I feel like it's more potent, right? Because it's something that's ongoing. It doesn't stop, right? Because it's almost like you're pulling these roots, and they're so deep that it takes a while. It takes patience, right, with you. And so here with this, so the moon, it's not only talking about this inner work that is going while you're asleep. I feel like you could be having like you know, all of this work that is happening in your subconscious, it's like it's bringing up a lot of things that were buried there, right, in your subconscious. And all of that is this. So the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the 8 of Swords. All of this could be translated, because this word came through here, but I feel like it's like this ongoing process, right? It's not one night's sleep that is going to bring up all of this. It's like multiple. So the word that came through with this 10 of Swords was nightmares. You could be having a lot of nightmares or bad dreams, in a sense that it's not like they're scary. It's just that they're unpleasant, right? For instance, and now I'm just remembering this, because I witnessed this robbery today. I just remember that last night I dreamed with my sister, and she was being robbed in my dream. So I don't even know what to say right now, because it's just coming to light for me right now. So, well, it could be playing out for you too, right? Having these premonitions or these prophetic dreams that are unpleasant. You see, it's like uncomfortable. It doesn't bring, you know, peace. It's almost like the opposite of peace. It's like this struggle, this inner turmoil that it's uncomfortable, right, Pisces? And it's all of this. It's like everything that was buried very deep, right? Because you're pulling in all of these deep roots of this wound, of this ancient wound, is what I'm hearing. It's like you're unearthing a lot of, you know, it's like unpleasant things, and all of them are coming to surface. But the beautiful thing about this Ace of Swords in the middle is that at the same time that you're unearthing, you know, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, you know, I'm seeing all of these bubbles come to the surface of the water, right? It's like this bubbling up of these unpleasant feelings, but in a way that is very liberating. And I feel like with this Ace of Swords, it's like, of all of these bad dreams, right? Or perhaps, you know, just one moment of a specific nightmare, of a specific bad dream that you remember, is bringing you this knowing, is bringing you this clarity. It's like this, you know, when we dream a very cinematic, like a very rich dream, and we remember every detail, but as soon as we wake up, we only remember parts of it, right? So this is what I'm seeing. It's like when you wake up, you remember one part, one fragment of all of these that were coming through, you know, during your sleep, during your dream, and it's helping you transcend them. It's helping you transmute them, you see? And, you know, remembering this one part in specific, you know, is enough for you to transmute it. Is enough. It's what I'm hearing. It's enough. You don't have to remember all of the uncomfortable bits and details to be able to transcend it, right? To clear them out, is what I'm hearing. Clear them out, right? So to finish your reading after this Eight of Swords, which is gorgeous because I feel like, so we start with this Four of Swords, which is indicating that this entire extended is talking about the process of your healing, right? Healing of a deep, deep wound, right? Something that may have taken you a long time to get to this point, right? And it's perhaps something that is still ongoing. It's like, it takes time to mend a broken heart, right? It's what I heard with the Sun and the Three of Swords in the first part. So here you are allowing yourself to go through this process. And it's, you know, and it's all happening in your conscious mind, but also in your unconscious mind. But to end this part of your reading with these two major arcana, I feel like it's like victory for you. It's like this closing off of a very hard cycle, especially because of the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you know, all of these bad dreams that could be, you know, premonitions, could be remembrances of past lives, could be just, you know, your unconscious mind being switched on and making you see through your dreams things that could be very, very hard and very delicate and very very painful, right? Very uncomfortable, but they're helping you transcend them. It's like you're in this very deep healing process, Pisces. But the Tower and the Chariot ending your reading, right, after the Eight of Swords, what I was seeing was like, it's like I saw, you know, this chariot running through the door of this, through the gate of this tower, right? So it feels to me like this tower is this metaphor of everything that was bottled up in your subconscious mind, right? It's almost like you locked up, and not you consciously. I mean, you know, sometimes our mind, it's not that it plays tricks on us, but it's like for it to cope with hard things, it just puts these memories, these visions, these witnesses, right? These experiences that we witness in the back burner of our mind for us to be able to live, right? To survive them in a way, to cope with them, right? And so whatever was locked up here, you had the courage, right, to race in it. And now it's like you're coming out of it, right? You have unlocked whatever was very deep, buried very deep in your subconscious mind, and now they're free, right? It's almost like what I'm seeing, it's beautiful because I'm seeing all of these birds being locked, and now they're free. And you know, this is what I'm seeing here with this Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords, right? All of these birds being freed from their gates, from their how do you say it? I forgot the name. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? So it's beautiful because it could be very uncomfortable, right? And unpleasant, but I feel like the sense of relief and victory, it's like you made it. You made it. It's like the hard part, you made it, Pisces. You know, this was a really tough challenge, and something that, because it's all internal, right? It's not something that maybe you could talk about it. And because it's such a deep inner work, I feel like it's something that you had to go through it on your own, right? And so it's beautiful because, remember, we ended the first part of your reading with this golden opportunity, right? The Ace of Wands. But it feels like this opportunity that is, it's like this ready-made. It's like it's perfectly made for you and it's ready for you, right? Because I saw this as a full-grown tree, right? Waiting for you to meet it. And I feel like you are, right? With this Chariot ending this part of your reading, you know, these two cards being the two last cards, I feel like you are healing and you are moving forward. You are moving away from whatever was locked up here that now is free, right? Now it's not weighing you down, right? It's not. So, you know, okay, so this is beautiful. Maybe this golden opportunity, it's not something that you could sense outwardly, right? Maybe it's not something that you be able to touch. It's something that is so energetic, but you will sense it. It's like this sense of relief, but it's bigger than that. It's like this, and it's, yes, it is victory. It's like you have conquered your fears, right? But it's like finding this new beacon of light in the dark, right? Is what I'm sensing. It's almost like this torch that is guiding you on your path forward with this Chariot, but there is no hesitation. It's almost like, you know, you've seen such hard things. You've seen such dark things. You have faced things that were horrible, that were painful, that were uncomfortable, but you conquered it, right? Because you didn't shy away, you didn't look away, right? So you faced your fears and you conquered them. And this is, I'm getting chilled. It's like, it's very powerful. So it's fueling you up, right? And so, and you are moving really, like you are moving away from this storm in a sense, right? And you know, the beautiful thing about tarot is that usually the bottom card of the deck tells me it's like this continuation. It's like this where it goes from here, right? And just to increase the suspense, like this waiting game, let's wait for the helicopter for me to show you the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck was the Lovers, and this card, it was coming to me not only as this golden opportunity, but also you clearly heading towards it, right? And it's beautiful because what I'm seeing here is like this meeting of two very strong heart. But it's like, it's beautiful because I'm seeing you coming from this Chariot and crossing paths with another that maybe is coming from a very different path than yours, but it's like meeting in the middle, right? And you know, quickly seeing the mutual reflection, right, of one another. So this was just, you know, this taste of what's to come perhaps, but let's get a rune, this this astrological rune as a final guidance for you, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so the rune that came through was Uranus. And, you know, Uranus is a planet that it's actually now, as we speak, as I'm recording this video, in Taurus. And it's actually a planet that was in exact opposition to the last new moon in Scorpio that we had. And this Uranus is playing a part in throughout this month that is a little bit uncomfortable, that is stretching us out, that is provoking us to move away from our comfort zones. And you know, Uranus is a planet that talks about very swift change, right? Radical transformations, some things that are so unpredictable that if they get us by surprise, maybe we're taken aback, or maybe we are traumatized in a sense, right? Or it could be something that is very, it's very effective, right? It turns us upside down. Like it really changes our perspective of things, and moves us in a way that is faster. It's this accelerator, right, of the universe. So perhaps this is what's happening here. All of this healing process for you, it's just being accelerated for you to move ahead, right? Following your instincts is what I'm hearing, despite all of the uncomfortable bits that you had to deal with along the way, right? The unpleasant findings or the swift changes that you had to cope with, right? So this is your final guidance. I feel like it's like you're doing great. You're dealing with all of these tsunamis and all of these nightmares very well, Pisces. So just keep going, right? I feel like you're in a really good path. You're moving ahead very clearly, very assertively, very consciously, right? So I hope this was insightful for you, Pisces. Yeah, if you are healing, I'm sending you all of the love and light in your healing process. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.